Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, President Buhari commissions deep sea port, Lagos rice mill, and state government hosts President Buhari at a banquet dinner. President Muhammadu Buhari performed the historic inauguration of the Lekki deep sea port located at Itoke village, Lekki in Lagos State. Now, the Lekki deep sea port is said to be the deepest and most modern port in Nigeria that will create over 190,000 job opportunities in the country. Take a look.
The deep sea port is the largest in Nigeria and the sub-Saharan Africa. It's part of the projects lined up for commissioning by President Muhammadu Buhari. The multi-purpose deep sea port offers enormous support to the burgeoning commercial operations across Nigeria and the entire West African region. Just before the president's arrival, State Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives gives a brief history of the deep sea project dating back from the administration of former Governor of Lagos, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, who is the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate.
The Lekki Free Zone was conceptualized by the former governor of Lagos State, a visionary leader, active, a man of action, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, who is today contesting for the presidency. The zone occupies 16,500 hectares of land and is a special multifunctional economic zone. It is divided into 4 quadrants for ease of partnership and engagement. Interestingly, the Lekki Deep Sea Port is an integral part of the zone. Other projects present in the zone include Dangote Fertilizer and Petrochemical Company, Lagos Free Trade Zone, and others. Today, the vision has become a reality. I'm particularly happy that the commissioning is happening during my tenure as the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Industries and Cooperatives. There is no doubt that these projects will complement existing port infrastructure in the state and Nigeria for their contribution. I commend all the front runners in government, especially Mr. President, Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, who has done a lot for this state. And if you allow him, he will still do more. I have no doubts in my mind that this port will further strengthen the premier status of Lagos as the hub of maritime in West Africa.
The project will inject over $300 billion into the economy and create job opportunities for youth, an achievement the state government and its partners are excited about.
When we set our minds as a people to deliver on the needs of our country, all that was required was to have committed leadership, public-spirited individuals occupying our public offices. That is what President Muhammadu Buhari has demonstrated. And so for me, this is the story that I'm sure generations of Nigerians coming behind would like to learn. And I'm just happy that we have the opportunity to associate with this wonderful development so that we can tell the story to our kids coming behind. That when the building blocks for this facility were being put in place, yours sincerely had the opportunity of sitting in office and supervising and oversighting the development and the delivery of this magnificent facility. And that is a story that for a public servant, I believe I will continue to cherish for as long as I live. So let me say this for all. Lekki Deep Sea Port represents a dynamic change as far as the maritime domain in our nation is concerned. This is the port that is fully automated. This is the port that is fully digitalized. The implication of all of that is that for once we are going to have a port that will serve not only diligently, not only with quality, but a port that will make sure that business is conducted here seamlessly. And of course, it also means that the cost of doing business in this port will be the lowest ever. That is a promise. That is a commitment. Lekki Deep Sea Port better be careful, better be watching out. The Nigerian Shippers Council is coming because we are going to be monitoring every single way, the efficiency, the quality, and indeed the kinds of services that will be delivered at this port.
Today, we are seeing the emergence of one of the best ports, not only in West Africa, but also in Africa. Today, Nigeria, we are experiencing a lot of issues that has to do with our economy. And from time to time, we keep on saying that maritime industry is one of the best sector, apart from oil and gas, to pursue the development of Nigerian economy. Now, today we are seeing the realization of commissioning of one of the best ports in Africa that is expected to inject not less than $360 billion and also providing employment of not less than 190,000 Nigerians. So there is no other time than now to expect this. Second issue, from time to time, we do experience abandoned projects. This is the first time we are seeing dedication, political will in discharge of government projects. Because when you count the number of years that this project is being commenced till now, it will be right to say that this project commenced and started and completed by this administration due to the dedication, sincerity of purpose, and the focus of our dear ministry, Federal Ministry of Transportation.
We hope that Lekki Port and Lagos Free Zone combination will work as creating another Jebel Ali or Shanghai for Nigeria. And that's what our ambition is, our dream is. Our chairman already spoke earlier, Mr. Mohan Vaswani, about how the whole vision actually came to reality through untiring efforts all through the years. And this is the time now to realize this dream, this vision. And from here on, we will work tirelessly to ensure that we continue to contribute to Nigeria, to Lagos State, in terms of increasing GDP, in terms of generating employment opportunities, in terms of economic contribution.
President Muhammadu Buhari arrives at the Lekki Deep Sea Port alongside Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, where he witnessed the first offloading from CMA CGM Mozart at the quay. While inspecting the facility, Governor Sanwo-Olu says the project is a total combination of efforts of the federal government, Lagos State, and the private sector.
This defense infrastructure has been a combination of very many years of tireless work by a team that have agreed to work together. The team is led by NEPSA first approving that this place should be designated as a free trade zone by your regulator, NEPSA, also by MPA, who also approved the concept of this project, then by the team of financiers led by the Tolerant Group, is a Nigerian-Singaporean consortium, and like we've mentioned to you, they've been in the country for several decades. with working with them are the China Rubber from China, who are the leading financial partner onto this project. And of course, Lagos State government, who sits as also the chair of this project. The operator for this project is one of the biggest in the world, CMA from France. And so, Mr. President, you can see that it's been a total combination of federal government, Lagos State, and the private sector. And we're happy that this is happening in your time, because it all started within your time and it's been completed within your time as well. We're indeed excited that the size of the vessel that will be coming in here could be up to 4 times the size of vessels that are currently built at both Tinkan and Apapa Port. So it's a big, massive infrastructure, and we're indeed excited that in your own time, something fresh has been birthed into this country. Is going to generate thousands and thousands of jobs directly, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of jobs indirectly in the entire ecosystem. And so this is your project, and we're excited with all of our partners, the Chinese ambassador, the French ambassador, the Singaporeans, and various agencies and regulators have worked tirelessly to bring about the completion of the, and of course, to thank the locals, the citizens and the residents in Lekki for being forward-looking and understanding that this is real investment that has come to their corridor.
The port is Nigeria's first deep-sea port and is equipped with 13 quay cranes for capacity of 2.5 million foot equivalent units and a 1.2-kilometer quay with a depth of 16 meters, a game-changing infrastructure in Nigeria and West Africa.
That's not all. The president also commissioned the Lagos Rice Mill Imota in Ikorodu area of Lagos. Now, the Lagos Rice Mill is the largest in sub-Saharan Africa and one of the largest in the world.
The presidential chopper lands at the Lagos Rice Mill, Ikorodu, Lagos. President Muhammadu Buhari is here to commission the 32 metric tons per hour rice mill capacity, the largest in Africa and the third largest in the world.
Excellency, I want you to see my rice pyramid. Yes, see the pyramid. And you see the rice production.
The state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, leads the president round the rice mill, occupying 8.5 hectares of land, with an annual paddy requirement of over 240,000 metric tons, already providing jobs for youth in Lagos State.
So there are 2 production. This is one line, that's the second line, right? And Bula is known to be the world's best rice equipment in the entire world, and that's what we have here. This can only happen based on your rice revolution, Mr. President, where you said we should eat what we grow and we should grow what we eat. And that's what we're demonstrating here in Lagos. We don't have the land, we're begging KBCs to give us more land, but we're partnering with all of our other states that have the land for rice paddy. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
The agriculture sector contributes about 22% to the nation and feeds over 24 million residents in Lagos State, with over 5.89 trillion naira worth of food items.
Now, wastewater generates gas for us.
The president applauds the Lagos State government for taking the bold step to become self-sufficient in food production and also create direct and indirect jobs for over 250,000 Lagosians. The Lagos Rice Mill is a 22-hectare facility consisting 2 warehouses, 16 silos, with a capacity to produce 2.8 million bags of 50-kilogram rice per annum.
Dear Lagosians, the deadly coronavirus pandemic is here. Its new strain is easily transmitted and deadlier. Coronavirus symptoms are fever, dry cough, tiredness, difficulty in breathing. We can all prevent the spread of this virus through appropriate and regular use of face masks, avoiding close contact with people who are at high risk, washing our hands regularly with soap and running water, especially after visiting the toilet, before eating and after coughing or sneezing, using alcohol-based hand sanitizer, maintaining at least 1.5 meters or 5 feet distance from anyone coughing or sneezing, covering our mouths with tissue while coughing or sneezing, and thrashing the tissue. If you feel unwell and show symptoms of coronavirus, or you notice anyone who does, please call the Lagos State Emergency Hotlines 08000 ECOMED or 0803 3356 5529. Many are dead. Don't fall victim or die in ignorance. Report now. Together, we will overcome this challenge. Igbega Ipinle Eko, Ajumosheni, Lagos State Government. Announcer.
And finally, on the program, the Lagos State Government hosted President Muhammadu Buhari at a dinner, appreciating him for creating the time to visit Lagos for the Festival of Projects Commissioning.
Please put your hands together for yourselves.
Echo Hotel and Suites, Victoria Island, is the venue for the presidential banquet dinner put together by the Lagos State Government for President Muhammadu Buhari. Dignitaries joined the president at the venue to give him a befitting welcome to Lagos State and to celebrate the giant strides of the state government.
Please permit me, Your Excellencies.
The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, explains what the Blue Rail Line and Lagos Rice Mill means for Lagos State and Nigeria at large.
Our President Muhammadu Buhari's drive for food security has enabled 679 large projects to access the sum of 743.76 billion under the Commercial Agricultural Credit Scheme. These have significantly increased the number of integrated rice mills in the country from just 6 in 2015 to over 70 in 2022. In addition, fertilizer blending plants have increased from 7 in 2015 to 72 blending plants in 2022. Also, there has been significant investment in farm mechanization and logistics, with attendant improvement in the productivity of key agricultural commodities like rice, maize, from an average of 2 tons per hectare in 2015 to over 5 to 6 tons per hectare in 2022. Infrastructure for transport and logistics plays a crucial role in accelerating development. It is for this reason that Lagos Blue Line from Okukomaiko to Marina is deemed to be very crucial. This 27-kilometer rail line standard gauge track with 11 major stations will irrefutably transform and overhaul the transport architecture of Lagos State. Gratifyingly, this is complemented by the Lagos Red Line, another 37-kilometer rail route from Agbado to Marina, with 12 proposed stations that will facilitate the movement of people and expedite distribution of goods in Lagos. On completion, these projects will reposition the state in terms of transportation and further ascertain her status as the commercial nerve center of our country.
The Minister of Transportation commends the President for supporting the Deep Sea Port project.
This commissioning that took place today was made possible by the expedited manner Mr. President handled all requests made by the Federal Ministry of Transportation concerning the Lekki Deep Sea Port. The very fact that the letter of intent between the proponents of the Lekki Deep Sea Port and its financial partners was signed as recently as April 2019, and by January this year, the wide-ranging impact project is already being commissioned, is a testament to the tenacity of purpose of the Federal Ministry of Transportation through the Nigerian Ports Authority. Added to these were the precedented promptness with which the President approved the Ministry's extraordinary request to designate Lekki Deep Sea Port as customs port and approved wharf, and its publication in the federal government official gazette in record time. With seaports being under the exclusive legislative list, the Nigerian Ports Authority's provision of a sinking fund for the federal government's equity contribution to the Lekki Deep Sea Port gave this project the necessary statutory cover and financial guarantee in line with the law.
The host, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, assures the president of completing the Red Line rail project before the end of his tenure.
In the time since your last visit, we have made remarkable progress on many fronts. These projects are being commissioned during your first visit: the Lekki Deep Sea Port, the Lagos Rice Mill in Imota, the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Blue Line Phase 1 project, the 18.75 Eleko to Epe rigid pavement 6-lane highway, the John Randall Center for Yoruba Cultural and History are just testament to just how much we have able to accomplish in the fulfillment under our team's governing agenda. Let me quickly highlight what each of these projects translate to in terms of economic benefit for the good people of Lagos State. The first phase of the Blue Line will transport 250,000 Lagosians daily, rising to 500,000 when it is finally completed. The 18.75-kilometer Lekki rigid pavement 6-lane is part of the 47-kilometer expressway connecting the Lekki and the Epe districts in Lagos, and ultimately linking the deep sea port. It also portends great social economic benefit and raised livability standards for many people living and working along this axis. And the Lekki-Epe axis has been adjudged as the fastest development corridor in the entire African continent. Mr. President, let me also briefly summarize the journey in the last 3.5 years, almost 4 years now, as encapsulated in our team's agenda, and which has now culminated in those very significant projects, completions and commissioning that we have witnessed. In transportation and in associated road infrastructure are critical segments of our development agenda, and rightly so. The T stands for transportation and traffic management, which happens to be the first pillar in our team's agenda. And we have completed, like we have said, the phase 1 of the Blue Line. In addition to this revolutionary light rail mass transit, we're also on a fast track at commissioning the second rail, which is the Red Line. We're happy because even the Red Line is bigger than the Blue Line. And we are hoping and we're believing that it will be completed before your tenure as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
President Buhari passes a note of commendation on the governor for the landmark project delivered to the people.
It's all about solution, the definition of leadership that cares, project by project.
Lagos was one of the pioneer beneficiaries of our road infrastructure tax credit scheme, which has transformed the Apapa, Oshodi, Oworong-Shoki Expressway and will deliver a brand new access road to the new Lekki Deep Sea Port. Lagos has benefited from our Skook Bond project, the nearby Ahmadu Bello Way being one of the major roads reconstructed using Skook funding. In addition, the allocation of right-of-way of the Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge railway line for use by the Lagos Mass Transit Red Line. Substantial financial support at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, the handover of the International Airport Road to the Lagos State Government for reconstruction, the ongoing development of the National Theatre, Egamu, in partnership with Lagos State Government. We have been very clear that our administration is one that will support and work with state governments to achieve our mutually held goal of laying a sustainable foundation for lasting progress and development in Nigeria. I am delighted that the alignment between Lagos State and the federal government since 2015 has more than delivered on the dividends of democracy for the good people of Lagos State. These projects being commissioned today would not have happened without close collaboration between the federal and Lagos State governments and the involvement of the private sector as well. Indeed, our commitment to unleashing the full potential of Nigeria's private sector should never be in doubt. Let me note that the sheer number of projects lined up for commissioning during my visit to Lagos is impressive. I thank you, Mr. Governor, for keeping the electoral promises which you made to Lagosians. You have been a true ambassador of the progressive politics that defines our party and which has been the guiding division of our administration from day one. I also acknowledge the excellent work that you did working closely with the federal government and other stakeholders to protect Lagos State from the worst effects of coronavirus pandemic. There is so much for us to be proud of that we have worked hand in hand to achieve. Equally, there is still so much ahead for us to collaborate on. The possibilities for the future are immense and exciting. In the 4 months until the end of our administration, we will continue to work with unwavering vigor and commitment to fulfill the promises we made to Nigerians.
The number of landmark projects unveiled by President Muhammadu Buhari towards the end of his administration is indicative of the transformative and innovative approach to quality service delivery by the Sanwo-Olu-led administration.
That's the program for this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until next time, please stay safe and bye for now.